thoughts on the match?
Yeah, I think a much better performance from our last two matches. Drastically different. And I think the result is not indicating how the match went. I felt like we created so many good chances in that match and did the things that we wanted to do in terms of keep the ball, possession, to play in their half, how we press them. The effort and the attitude and the mentality of the group was spot on, and it came down to moments, and it came down to, probably I would say they had 3 chances in the match that I thought, okay, those were really dangerous, and until their goal, I can't think of a time I thought, oh wow, like we're really in trouble. And on our end, I thought the opposite was true. I thought we were getting at them. I thought we were creating chances. I thought another was coming. So it's tough because sometimes in this game you walk away and you feel like, okay, that's not what should have happened. And I think it's tough for us as a group to accept it.
Just kind of going off of that with the moments thing.
Yeah.
It was just 2 moments within 2 minutes as well.
Yeah.
I know coaches often talk about how, as soon as you concede one, the mentality has to be there, the focus has to be there, but conceding a free kick in that spot, just talk about those moments specifically.
Yeah, the hard part is, you cannot count on your opponent to not take advantage of these moments in a game. And, chances are if you only give a team 2-3 moments, they're not going to score 2 to 3 goals. But today, that's what happened. So you can't leave any openings, especially against a team like SMU, where they've got quality players and are used to winning and we left 2-3 opportunities and they took them.
You mentioned there the moments.
Yeah.
Missed PK there.
Massive moment in a game. Missed penalty, and it's tough too because Luka, he's the one who's delivering for us too, right? And I know it hurts him, but he's also the guy that's taking the risk, that's stepping up, that's putting the ball down and having to take the kick. So all credit to Luka, to be the one to take the responsibility. It's tough when you take the responsibility and you miss, and I know Luka feels that. But I wouldn't give the ball to anybody else to take the penalty.
Speaking of Luka, he's scored in 6 straight games now.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's been your catalyst offensively.
100%.
It feels like the issue is getting him into those spots because he's taking players 1-on-1, 1v2, 1v3.
Yeah.
But there's times when your wingers are getting into spaces and not being able to get him the ball. How do you feel that without Gino especially kind of affects the rest of the offense?
I think that's a key right there is, can we create more from those moments? And you're not going to beat the guy every time, but the wingers taking the responsibility. And sometimes it's really just the players getting into those areas. So it might be the winger, might be the attacking mid, might be an outside back, and delivering the quality ball that we need at the right moment. And we need to do that more because you've got players in the box that can convert. So it's something we have to continue to improve on. Last year we had Nick, who's with Orlando City, and we had Gino. And so we have young players in those areas, and they're learning, but they have to do better. And sometimes actually the key is, okay, you go and you get into that area, you're about to deliver, the guy has closed you down, they have players around you, then actually it's don't deliver. Then it's, let's put our foot on the ball, let's keep possession, let's move the ball around more, maybe go and play on the other side, and try to disorganize them until you get a really good chance to cross the ball, a really good chance to deliver the ball. And sometimes I think our impatience in possession leads to us trying to force something, whether it's the final pass, whether it's the diagonal ball into the back post. We're trying to force it and it's really not there because we think that's our job, right? The winger thinks, I get the ball, I think that's my job, I'm gonna cross the ball. That is not his job. His job is to pick out a player who's open at exactly the right moment, and if that's not on, then okay, we don't need to cross the ball. We need to keep the ball. And I thought we did a better job in this game of this. I think that was a big issue in the FAU game in terms of just needlessly trying to force things. This game, I didn't feel like that was the case. This game, people wanted to get on the ball. They were more patient. They made better decisions.
How about that goal that Luka did score, the early ball from Anderson? He started the play and set that up.
Great. I mean, you could see it coming at half field. You could see it coming. You could see the run he makes. You could see how we break. And great delivery. Great finish. Just the typical type of goal I think that Luka Dorado is capable of scoring. And we had really good delivery in that moment too.
Coach, now what? A couple of losses in a row and you go back on the road now. You got to shake this one off. What is your message to your team?
I think the message is that's more the performance that we want. And we're so much closer than we were in the last 2 games. There's points on the board that we have to go get now. And so today was a big game. We didn't get it. But we've got points out there. And this team is capable, at our best, of competing with and beating any team in college soccer. And so what we need to do is we need to make sure that we are putting ourselves in a position to continue our season, to make the playoffs. And I think we get in those playoffs, we're going to be in a position where we can go and we can win it.
You talk about how you have an improved performance. So what do you think this team is going to need to do to get a win against FIU?
I think play in a similar way to how we played today. We're going to have to compete. It's going to be a physical contest, and then we're going to have to be more dangerous and better in the final third and eliminate these moments where other teams are getting the type of chances that we conceded today. It's in this game, I don't think it's that difficult to figure out what needed to happen differently, and unfortunately we gave them a few openings and they took them and we didn't take enough of ours.
And they're too good.
And they're 100%. That's you may get away with that where you give a team a couple openings if the team's not so good, but you can't count on SMU to not be good. They're a very good team.
With the move to the Sun Belt next season, you won't be in the same conference as SMU. Yeah. What does it mean for this game, considering that this rivalry will not be a conference game, even if it continues to get played in the future?
Yeah, it was a really good rivalry, and I think we had a really good run against SMU. We have a bit of a new team. They have a bit of a new team. I think we were trying to communicate that to our players, how important it was. I think their new players were trying to understand it too. And I think we're going to have plenty of good rivalries in the Sun Belt. So, this one will probably go away and we'll figure out somebody else to have a rivalry with.
Scott, I just wanted to ask you about Robbie Serenellis. Came into the game as a sub, did a lot in the midfield in terms of breaking up play, but also got very involved in the offense, kind of moving away from his role as a 6, playing a little bit higher up the field. How do you feel that he did?
I thought Robbie was really good. And I think Robbie, as an 8, he has the ability to do all the work. He'll be breaking up the play in front of the back 4, and then 4 seconds later he'll be getting a ball off the striker and transitioning back if we lose it again. So he's a player I think that can help us a lot, especially in the 8 role, because he's got such an engine to be able to go up and down.
How would you say Wanvi has adjusted to playing in conference play, and what do you think he needs to do going forward to kind of keep up with the rest of the conference's goals?
Yeah, I thought Wanvi was good today. I thought, one of the issues that I think that we did have was playing out of the back and being really direct all the time, and then that leading to counterattacks against us. But Wanvi was calm, and how we built the ball out of the back was much better. He had one little moment in the very first part of the first half where he got a ball short and he played it right to them, and to be fair, we're probably a little bit lucky in that moment. But other than that, I think he's settling in.
Good.
Thanks, Coach. much.
Good.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.